Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation on lifespan development focusing on adulthood. My team will guide you through the key developmental highlights of adulthood, including behavioral, social, cognitive, and emotional aspects. We will also discuss common mental health and addiction challenges that adults may face, explore community resources that provide support, and consider unique needs and potential gaps in services for this stage of life. By the end of our presentation, we hope to give you a clear understanding of how adults grow, adapt, and navigate the complexities of this important lifespan stage. Now that we have introduced the focus of our presentation, let's start by understanding what adulthood looks like in the lifespan. We'll look at the key developmental milestones and transitions that define this stage of life. During adulthood, individuals take on full responsibility for their work, finances, household management, and personal health. Decision making shifts from focusing on short term gratification to long term planning, including career goals, savings, and family obligations. Behavioral choices such as diet, exercising, sleep, and avoiding harmful habits like smoking or excessive drinking become increasingly important. These choices have a direct impact on long term health outcomes, including the risk of chronic diseases like hypertension, diabetes, or obesity. Adults also develop problem solving skills, self regulation, and coping strategies to manage daily stressors and life challenges. This helps them maintain stability and adapt to changes in work, family, and social environments. Now comes the social development. Social development during adulthood focuses on relationships, work, and community involvement. Many adults form long term romantic relationships or marriage, raise children, and strengthen family bonds. Some also care for aging parents or other relatives, balancing multiple social roles across generations. Employment and career play a central role in shaping social identity. Work provides financial security, purpose, and opportunities to build professional networks and mentor others. These relationships also contribute to social integration beyond family rules. Additionally, adults often participate in community activities, volunteering, and leadership roles. This contribution foster a sense of belonging, purpose, and overall life satisfaction, which are critical components of social well being.
This is the cognitive development in adulthood. Now, let's look at the cognitive development in the adulthood. Overall, cognitive abilities are fairly stable during this stage. Also, the speed of the processing information may be slowed down a bit. And adults really more on what is the called crystallized intelligence, which is the knowledge and the skill they accumulate over time. This help with problem solving and making decisions based on the past experience. Memory chains can vary, while some type of memory, like recalling specific moments or events, may decline as lingering knowledge based in the memory often stay strong. This cognitive strength allowed adult to navigate for work, family, and the other responsibility effectively. Emotional development in the adulthood. In the next, emotional development in adulthood often show the increasing stability and self-regulation. The adults typically have a stronger sense of identity and purpose in their life, which help guide their decision and relationship. The relationships also become more meaningful. Adults tend to focus on the connection that's truly matter to them. Additionally, additionally, emotional wisdom grows with the experience, which often leads to greater empathy and improving the personal skill. Or overall, adulthood is the state where both the cognitive and emotional abilities are used together to manage live the challenges, and building meaningful connection.
Now that we have an understanding of behavioral, social, cognitive, and emotional development in adulthood, we can look at mental health, addictions, and the main risk factors that influence and affect adults during this stage. Adulthood is considered one of the highest risk stages for developing mental health concerns. As people move into this stage, they experience major transitions that can impact their well being. Adults are expected to manage their own independence, make important life decisions, and form strong senses of identity, all while carrying any trauma or challenges from earlier in life. Balancing work, relationships, finances, and personal goals can create a heavy amount of stress, which may lead to mental health concerns like depression or anxiety. For many adults, this pressure builds slowly as they try to adjust to their new expectations and figure out what they want for their future. Current statistics show how common these struggles are, with 13% of Canadian adults report living with diagnosed mood disorders and 14.8% reporting having anxiety disorder. Addictions are quite common in adulthood, especially during the emerging adulthood stage. This period involves taking on new responsibilities, meeting societal expectations, and adjusting to the challenges that come with becoming an adult both socially and biologically. Because this stage comes with so much pressure around work, identity, and expectations, some individuals may turn to substances and other addictive behaviors to help cope with these feelings and challenges, especially if these challenges involve trauma. Since adulthood brings so many major changes and challenges, addiction is considered to be a concern during this stage, as many adults use these behaviors as coping strategies. Recent data shows that around 7% of Canadian adults have used substances in the last 12 months, with alcohol being the most commonly used substance. Adults face a wide range of factors that can influence their mental health. The adulthood stage often comes with new expectations and responsibilities that can create stress as people try to work and manage their daily lives. When adults do not have enough support or are dealing with challenges from earlier in life, their mental health can be affected, causing struggle and for some adults to cope in unhealthy ways. Recent data shows that the biggest risk factors for mental health challenges in adulthood include economic or financial pressure, job stress or unemployment, social isolation or relationship problems, substance use, and past trauma. These influences can stack on top of each other, making adulthood a time when mental health can be especially challenging.
Hi everyone. For our group community support agency for adult age 19 to 65, the agency we pick is CMHA, Thames Valley Addiction and Mental Health Services, located at London, 648 Orange Street, London. Here's their contact details: 519-434-9191, and their email address, and their crisis helpline in case of emergency: 519-433-2023. And you can also send them a text. For referral purposes, in case of crisis, you do not need a referral, but for every other, you will need a referral. And their services and treatment offered is crisis support, reach out 24/7, addiction support, mental health program, housing support, and lots more. You will visit their website and see a lot. Then family support and relevant mental health, relevant to mental family support and relevance to mental health, family support services, support for caregivers, support helpline, adults target age 19 to 65 with mental health and addiction challenges, holistic approach, therapy and crisis support, peer program, family engagement, and lots more. Let's quickly run through their website and see. If you want to register on their website, you go to find help. From find help, you will go to get started. On this get started, there are two aspects. We have a service for yourself, and service for another person. This is for a referral. Then service for yourself. If you click on it, it is very easy to complete. The form is easy to navigate. You click on it, you fill it, your location, like okay, London, that's our location. It will keep popping up till you complete, and the form is very easy. Then you submit. And another aspect for referral purposes, there is something here that I would want us to know. For referral purposes, you click on English, okay, like the way we did the previous time. But if the referral must consent in this aspect. If the referral does not consent, you can't proceed with form. But if the referral consents, you see, you proceed with the form, and the form is like almost the same thing with the previous one. Then another thing is their services. They render many services, a lot of services. See what we do. If you go to program and services, you see so many things they do, from concurrent disorder, family support, and so on and so forth. Thank you very much.
Unique consideration of adulthood. During adulthood, people carry a lot of responsibility. They have to work, they care of families, pay bills, and handle many personal pressures. Because society accepts adults to be strong and independent, many adults hide their struggles. Lots of adults turn into substance not for enjoyment because of stress. Long work hours, financial problem, emotional pain, or even old trauma they have never dealt with. This things like divorce, job loss, or loneliness can also make adults vulnerable. The biggest issue is that many adults don't ask for help. They often feel shame, busy, or worried that people will judge them or that their job might be affected. So many adults suffer quietly until their situation becomes much more serious. Gaps in services. Even though agencies want to help, there are still problems. Adults often wait too long to get support, sometimes months. For many newcomers, services don't always understand their culture or language. After someone finishes treatment, they may not be in a follow up. For some people relapse. Also, services are not always convenient. Many adults can't attend because of work, childcare, or disability. And finally, stigma is still a big barrier. Some adults are simply too scared or embarrassed to reach out. Recommendations for better support. To help adults better, support needs to be more flexible and more welcoming. Agencies should shorten wait timings by hiring more staffs and getting more funding. They should also provide services in different languages and understand cultural needs. Flexible hours like evening or weekends would help working adults. Strong aftercare programs can prevent relapse. Agencies should also focus on reducing stigma by using community events and social media to show that asking for help is normal. Finally, offering childcare, transportation, or online counseling could make support easier for busy adults. Thank you.